First of all, I'd like to thank everybody for coming to the 12th annual Small Press and Alternative Comics Expo Space. And particularly happy to see that most of our Space Prize winners have returned here to see the presentation, the plaques. So we'll just get going here. First, we're gonna talk about webcomics, and our third place winner is Mike Inalvina. Thanks, sir. Because I want to be on. Now, the description of Mike's website sums this comic up better than I can. Timeless is a story of Vera Stavro, a comic book artist who discovers that she is actually an immortal being with the ability to leap back and forth between her various past lives. Along the way, she meets mythical beings like Silenus, king of the satyrs, and ancient gods such as Dionysus, god of wines, superpowered avatars, and the vicious monsters bent on wiping her very existence off the tapestry of time and space. Reality becomes a blur as she discovers that she thought were mere fantasy, the product of her own vivid imagination, is in fact very real, and the product of Mike's imagination is in fact very lot of fun. So congratulations, Mike. Mike's not talking. Okay. And second place webcomics, we have Pretty Jeff by Jeff Gibson. Is Jeff here? Yeah, okay, come on up, Jeff. Jeff did not offer me a quick synopsis of Pretty Jeff, but it appears to be a journal comic that tends to stray off into the fantastic. In the episodes that fell within the 2010 Space Prize limits, Jeff traveled in time, went to hell, had scanner problems, which really blurs the line between reality and fantasy, although I say the last two are pretty much the same. Jeff, we're glad you survived the ordeals and continue with this entertaining and constantly morphing script. So if you have sure. Surprise, congratulations. Oh, okay. We didn't coordinate this as well.
Yeah. Well, I just want to, thank all my friends who helped me, who support the comic over the years, and have, provided inspiration and such, and for letting me draw a couple of them in the comic. What else to say? Thank you very much. PrettyJeff.com.
Oh, it's not. Supposed to have the .com. Oh. You can link on it through the space site. All the Space Prize winners have their links up to webcomics and their other books.
I also have collections of my comic at my table as well. It's the table 36. So.
And the first place webcomic goes to Champ 2010 by Jed Collins. Oh, okay. Well, anyway, maybe you screwed up my joke again. All that Jed summary says is Champ 2010, a daily journal comic by Jed Collins, who isn't drinking this year. It's remarkable enough that somebody had the courage to put their life out there for others to view, but to do the script daily. It's incredible. The segment of the script that fell within the date limits of the Space 2010 prize only covered the first 3.5 months of Jeff's sobriety. So once all this stuff, space stuff is over and for the year, I'm going back and find out if he made it. And I was going to make a joke about his mustache and not here. So I will get it to him. Oh, there he goes. I'll make it in. So I will make sure Jeff gets his picture for first place. Next, we move into mini comics, short stories, and third place is Ultimate Lost Kiss, number 11, by Brian John Mitchell, and somebody we're somewhat familiar with here, Dave Sim. Written by Brian John Mitchell with art by Dave Sim. Ultimate Lost Kiss is a short story of a woman in her mid-30s who receives a letter from the child she gave up for adoption as a teenager and goes to visit him on death row. It's an intense piece of, I lost it. It's an intense piece of life on the smallest of packages. The book itself is about this big, and it's somewhere in the box back there. I can't find it. Brian also puts together the space anthology the last 2 years, and I appreciate that. This year's edition just hit over 20,000 page views, which is, I'm just not sure how that happened, but it's great. So I'd like to publicly thank you for that, and give you your award, your plaque, and I got one there for Dave too. One Dave, great.
Thanks to the people that actually read it and wrote for me. Somebody did. And table 71. I do swaps. Anybody has their own swaps.
And you can get those space bags you can put up.
Yeah.
100 of his comics and all
Yeah, the pack of matches. There's 45 of them. Yeah. Thanks.
And second place for Veggie Dog Saturn, number 4, by Jason Young. I think we're actually going to rename the second place mini comic space prize the Veggie Dog Saturn Award because Jason has won it every time we've had it so far. You gotta get that number one. You gotta get that number one. So that's only been really 2 years. And basically, Veggie Dog Saturn is a really great. Number 4 is a really great collection of stories from Jason's childhood. I always thought it was the title always kind of throws you off, but it's a really well done stories about his childhood. And so here is the plaque. The Veggie Dog Saturn Award. Well, thank you. Thank you for everybody that voted on it. Thanks to the album too. I love this show. I'm coming here forever. I want to say thank you so much. This is a great show. It's amazing to do this for over a decade. Appreciate you coming over here. And thanks to get that one picture. Yeah. I want to say thanks to my friend Eric. He's the one that does all the production work on all of my drawings. I know how to draw them, but he knows how to make them work. Thanks, everybody. And the first place in comic short story goes to Board of Superheroes by Matt Frizzell and Jim Mackin. That's going on. If you look up the word stick figure in the dictionary, you will see a picture of Matt Frizzell. Stick figure version. And Board of Superheroes number 2 only further shores up that distinction. In Board of Superheroes 2, Matt and writing partner Jim Mackin put Cynical Man through the faces of Motor City Con as a sanitant and a lot of hijinks at the Board of Superheroes office. So thanks guys for coming over here and so here's a plaque for Matt.
We're just going to give, like me, one plaque until I...
We're going to kind of marker in.
It was all Jim Mackey's idea. He figured out a way to print up a couple Am comics books, a regular 6x9 comic book, and then cut it in half and make 2 size mini comics out of it. So deal. And, way to go, Bob. I think this reprints a bunch of cynical man adventures that happened to him at the board of superheroes. And some of them go back as far as the first year of space.
Great.
A little tradition happened.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Just want to thank Matt. Matt asked me, all good comments.
And just want to remind everybody, later today, we will be seeing the Cynical Man movie demo reel. So, at 3 o'clock, 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock. I know it's somewhere else. Now we're moving on to the general category, which is like all the books that don't fit in the other two categories. So it goes from the regular comic size things up to graphic novels. Stories and there. We'll figure out how to deal with it at some point. The third place prize goes to Trickster, editor Matthew Moody, who's a good friend of Space. Matt Butler. Well, Matt. Trickster is a collection of Native American trickster stories told by Native American storytellers and illustrated in comics form by small press comic artists. 4 years in the making, it's an amazing and fun collection, which we were lucky enough to have premiere here last year, along with an exhibition of the original art. The book has gone on to great success both financially and critically. It's been nominated for the Children's Book Council's 2011 Teen Choice Book of the Year. I think I got that right. And it was also a segment on NPR. So Matt's been running around the country. I tried to catch him on Wednesday about something, and he was in Michigan. And he was back to DC, and I was here today. So congratulations to Matt.
I'd just like to thank all contributors, storytellers, and artists. My favorite show that I come to every year, and I like to see what like I said, engage over the years and be connected. Options as well, and I really engaged helping me premiere Trickster here last year. Great way to start rubbing it up.
And this year we kind of had something a little different. After all the judging was done and the voting was done, we wound up with a tie for first place for the general category. So first place tie, first part of it was Mirror Mine by Terry Walcott, who unfortunately couldn't make it here today. And Mirror Mine is Tori's autobiographical story of growing up with dyslexia. It chronicles her ordeals of being singled out, picked on by her schoolmates, and how a teacher once understood the condition helped her to deal with it. And so we'll just be mailing that off to Tori. I was going to send it to her before C2, but I think she might be able to run up. I'm going to send it to her before that so she can take the prize in when they're So that's the general prize. And the other tie was somebody unfortunately couldn't be here, who's usually here every year. Pat Lewis, it's Cragmore. Number 1. And the book starts out with a quote: "I don't want to achieve immortality through my work, I want to achieve it through my death." This is a quote from Woody Allen, which was Pat stepping off point for Cragmore. Rich, selfish, big C capitalist Cragmore in a near-death experience meets the devil and devises a way to avoid his eternal damnation and make a quick buck while doing it. So it's a very funny book, and unfortunately Pat couldn't be here, but I will mail his supply copy. Thanks everybody for coming out. That's it for this year. Next year we are taking books. This year there's a